Blase, tell us what happened and why this is just like one of the more interesting cases you ever have worked.
This case was interesting because it was in the Gold Coast of Chicago, and it involved a very expensive diamond. So they were focusing on this one piece in the store. The store just opened, Harry Winston's, and they just completed construction. They opened it for about a month. It was Christmas Day also, Christmas Eve, which mirrors another intriguing aspect about this is because the movie Ocean's 11 was on New Year's Eve when everyone is focused on something else, family or whatever going on, but not for that particular place or what they're doing. And the fact that how they entered and to what extent that they went to get at this diamond was something you would see in movies or books, and if they got off with it, it would have been a monumental hit. And thank God they made one mistake, basically, that they didn't think of, and alerted the police, who just missed catching them by a hair. And so I just thought that was very intriguing, and there was a lot of evidence to play with. However, I wound up being a dead end.
Tell us what happened from the get-go to the time that they made their escape.
Okay.
And what was their mistake?
Okay. They entered through the roof. They used a magnet.
How many guys?
Two men entered through the roof. They used a magnet on the metal door on the roof to keep the circuit showing that it's not compromised. So they went through the roof. They came through. They went downstairs down the ladder, and they went through one wall and then to another area, which was right over the safe. They used, from what I saw, a sledgehammer, some kind of power drill, and a very unique saw to get through the wall. And they had to know what was behind that wall, because there was wire mesh, and wood, which is not usually done. So you had to have some concept of how they built this. So, and when they got through the ceiling of the safe area, they hit the wall with a sledgehammer, and the sensors on in that area, by the way, were upside down, so they would only pick up movement on the ceiling. So someone screwed with it and put it upside down, and it's in the four corners of that room that they were working to get in the building, so that they wouldn't pick up any movement by visual. So, and also the cameras were tilted just away from where they were working, just enough. So they hit the wall with a sledgehammer that caused the building to kind of shake and set off a sensor in another room upstairs. It was either a painting moved or the shades, and that set off the alarm to Toronto, Harry Winston's security, and they called the police. The police came upon scene, and we're within, like I said, a hair of catching the guys. They were right there in the gangway with the guys. And so when you get that close to catching somebody, it really gets your juices going, your competitive juices going.
Where your investigation led off the bat that night with, looking at the evidence and what you were led to believe,
Okay, the first thing I saw when I went there with the sergeant was in the safe room, the panels on the ceiling were all on the floor cracked and with dust from the sediment that they were working on up there. But however, there was no footprints, but there was droplets of sweat all over so I called the evidence technician in to get the DNA off of the panels that were on the floor. No one actually came down. There was no footmarks on the wall or down on top in front of the safe where all the dust was. There's a lot of dust, so if there was a footprint, you'd see it. So I did that, and then I called Harry Winston, and I needed video, which took a while, a couple days I think it was, of the guys working, trying to get through the walls. And
where did your investigation take you? What did you lead where did you?
Okay. Well, then I noted. Then who did I talk to? Was the main.
What was your hunch as you were going through? This was an inside job, or
yeah,
how would
yes,
you?
yes. Because the fact I thought it was an inside job, because the sensors were upside down, and Harry Winston is not going to hire some half-assed company to put sensors in when there's a pretty famous diamond sitting in there, and they already had one compromise of that area before the store opened, which they fixed.
Because this was right after the store opened, so this would have been maybe during construction that people tampered with the security alarms.
Yeah. After they fixed, they found that there was something wrong with it, with the wiring. They fixed it, and the person that I brought in later said he fixed it. However, the sensors were upside down. So, but it could have been anybody. But there was 50 to 100 workers in there. It could have been a construction guy knows how to reverse a sensor. It's upside down. It's like a little triangle in the four corners of the room that they were working to get down into the safe area.
Did you ever catch anybody?
No, sad to say.
And you said that one haunted you a little bit?
Yes, it haunts me because we had good evidence. We had a black Grand Prix that just eluded the police, and I had video of it going all the way around Oak Street, Michigan Avenue, Walton, and back to Rush, and then there was no camera. The camera wasn't working there, and you couldn't see the plate. So it's aggravating. And the cops were, like I said, that responded were right there.